right? So we've got 3 GEGs doing these for you, and in turn 5 champions. We have Dr. Narjeet Kaur, who is the leader for GEG Punjab and Amritsar. So ma'am, if I count Punjab and Amritsar separately, then I'll have to say 4 GEGs and not 3 GEGs. We have Harpreet, who is a leader for GEG Ludhiana. All of them are also champions, so they are certified trainers, certified innovators, almost all of them, or either, right? Then group 2 will be led by Dr. Amit Bajaj, Meena ma'am, and Nidhi ma'am from GEG Delhi West. I'm going to introduce the trainer for today, Harpreet, who is a Google certified trainer and innovator, and is also a leader for GEG Ludhiana. She has her own channels, her own ecosystem, her own community that she leads.
Our agenda for today, we've got here is introduction, the global GFE communities. We will move on to the overview of the Google Workspace for education tools. We'll move on to digital citizenship, and moving on to our Google Drive. So the first and foremost item we're going to take here, the concept is a skill shop. Now, this is like an online shop we have for Google educators and the users, wherein it's an online platform offered by Google. It provides us free training courses and certifications on various Google products and tools. The platform is designed in such a way that it helps us develop their skills in areas like digital marketing. You've got Google Ads, analytics, YouTube, and other Google services. The courses that are present here are self-paced. The content is tailored for beginners to advanced users. After completing certain courses, you can take exams to earn certifications and show it on your social media. It really helps. And we can, this really helps improve your portfolio and enhance your professional skills and improve your career opportunities for sure. Moving on, we have got certain free access features right here. I already mentioned it's self-paced learning, so you don't have to have time foundation or do it at a certain pace. You can do whenever you are free. Some holidays you want to make use of it as your PD. Go for it. It really helps. Interactive learning is what it gives. There are a lot of videos. There are a lot of responses from different educators across the globe. So you can always refer to the point of view that you might not be seeing and the other's perspective, and integrate into your classroom on daily learning. And then there is, of course, the certificate preparation. The questions are accordingly. All these links that are here on the skill shop are there in the email that will be shared with you right after this session. So we will not take time to dive into that. Moving on to what is Google Certified Educator, what we are here for. It's an educator who has demonstrated proficiency in using Google tools and applications in an educational setup. So to become certified, you need to complete a series of online assessments and exams, wherein when I'm saying exams, this series is level 1, level 2, and then a trainer application to achieve that Google certified trainer certified competency. The certification process ensures the educators are skilled in integrating Google tools effectively into their teaching practices. And believe you me, we all here sitting have been using it maybe for n number of years. However, when it comes to exams, small little details which are focused on the exam perspective, we tend to miss out. So it's just a recap, and we might use it for the exam, just the exam perspective. When our facilitators will take you through these 6 sessions, you might feel a lot of time, I know this, but it is always handy to go back within that day or the next day or within a couple of days to revisit that, along with the different platforms which we'll talk about. One is the skill shop and one is the fundamental lesson plans that you need to go through. It's free. It has to be logged in through your Gmail, which you will be using. We'll just have a look at that. So that is the objective we are all here for. So Google certified educators can use the certification, like I'd mentioned, to demonstrate their proficiency in Google tools, gain recognition in educational community. You can show off in your school if there are not many level 1 certifications, or you can move on to a higher platform wherein, of course, After I did it, my personal experience, you get a little higher above the regular. So I think Sonia would agree to that. We come into that elite category of we know everything, and when people come and ask you, you feel proud inside that I know something which I can help people with. So here is our exam link again that will be shared with you. This is the level 1 exam fundamentals. So there are basically 2 levels, like I said. The first one is very basic. We'll touch base with these 13 units that it gives on the fundamental training. And we have got basics of Google Docs, tools like Drive, Gmail. When I started with this training, I didn't even know how much should I go for. Gmail to sabko aata hai. But then no, there are a lot of things in respect or with respect to exam. Classroom, Google Classroom, we've been using many of them. Just use it to give assignments, add kids, but there is more to it which we can explore, and it always comes handy. Learning never goes waste. So here, level 1 certification is ideal for teachers who want to enhance their ability with the Google products, as Google says, for personal productivity and classroom management. Now here is the fundamental training link, again will be shared with you online. There are 13 units. One recommendation when we started as certified educators, to before even that, when we started our training on this, we were told take one personal email ID, because sometimes you tend to switch institutions, schools, colleges. So take one personal Gmail that you would log in, and do log in and for these fundamental trainings through the same email ID you wish to take the exam from. That really comes in handy, where in Google, we'll talk about digital footprints. Google does follow that, whether you've completed all of that. And and we'll give it as an assignment, wherein after you finish all these units, there are 13 of them, very easy. As you do those topics, it's recommended you go through them. It takes just an hour if there are 2 topics, half an hour if there's one. There's videos, there are small little 4 question quizzes that you can take. You can retake them if you don't understand, and there are situations given where you can, scenarios given where you can refer back to your real life classroom. So that always is an important aspect of exam, so you can go back and forth on it and come back to refer to these, and we'll ask you for a screenshot at the end of it to show us whether you've completed all these units as well. So our first topic with this we come into is digital citizenship. What is digital citizenship? Any ideas? Anybody wants to type in the chat box? What do you think is digital citizenship? We're all talking about being safe, being responsible. What is it? And why do we need it? Any keywords if you want to type in? Nobody? Anybody wants to unmute and say it?
I'll request everyone to participate and add your thoughts. It'll make the sessions more interesting. Oh, we've already started getting answers here.
Great. So we've got, I'm going to go back to mine. Okay, chronology, unique digital identity. We've got being a citizen in the cyber world, our digital presence. So lots of them. So you all already know. So let's get to it real quick, wherein it says digital citizenship is an essential concept covered in the Google Certified Educator Level 1 curriculum. It focuses on teaching educators how to guide students in using technology responsibly, safely, and ethically. So here, my goal today is just to walk you through the key concepts of digital citizenship, how they tie into the exam, and most importantly, how you can use these tools from Google to empower our students to navigate the digital world responsibly, ethically, and safely with your students. So digital citizenship is all about teaching students to be responsible, respectful, and safe online. It's not just about avoiding risks and all the scams that we are listening to, hearing all around. It's also about making the most of the opportunities in technology that it provides while being ethical and respectful digital citizenships. So here, when we look at the 5 main principles that we want to focus from the perspective of exam, we know that we want to keep in mind online privacy, safety, ethical use of technology. We'll talk about cyberbullying awareness and digital literacy. So when I come to online safety as educators, we must help our students understand the importance of protecting the personal information online. A lot of kids nowadays go to these different games and chat rooms, and they do tend to share a lot of personal information, which later on gets them into trouble. So we need to, as part of the GCE exam, we need to teach them how to create that protection layer wherein we cannot talk to strangers about anything and everything. You don't know who's on the other side, and children do not understand that line. So be it the younger ones or be it the older ones, there's still some sense that we need to enter into using it more logically and more safely. We can use teach them how to create passwords which are more strong. The logic of creating those passwords, we can use, for example, Google Docs to create those checklists, or we can use Google Classroom to share these resources more responsibly. Those are the kind of tools we integrate from Google to teach them this digital citizenship. Second, we move on to the privacy. So here comes the digital footprints and the reputation. Everything students post online contributes to their digital footprints. As you go along a beach and you walk on the sand, you see wherever you walk, you leave your footprints. Similarly, when you go on to internet, it's a world wide web, it's huge. You enter information online, you look for searching things, you send emails, everything there behind leaves a footprint where people can refer to. And these days there are organizations, when children grow up, the comments that they've put up in social media can even impact the jobs that they get, because a lot of people have kept their agencies to check their back check, and they have the digital footprint, so it just impacts them directly. The university admissions do work on that. Narjeet ma'am would agree with that. A lot of it comes in very handy. Then we've got ethical use of technology, which is again being respectful to what they use. So we talk about the intellectual property. Of course, that is very critical. We need to know how to teach students how to use their sources using Google Docs or collaboration very responsibly, using tools like slides, like docs. We, for example, are working in a group project. We could use the comment feature in the docs to remind students about giving credit wherever is due. We want to give them citations. So to accept and declare where the source is coming from. That's again an ethical use of technology, not to say it's my work. Coming to cyberbullying awareness, that occurs when somebody uses the internet, a mobile phone, email, instant messaging, chat room, or social networks such as Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry. I am right here. No, I'm not changing the slide. I'm right here, and I'm just elaborating on the facts. I hope it's visible. Yes. Okay, so here when we are talking about, let me see. Yeah, cyberbullying. So we have to tell them, I have a message again. Yes, it is now. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I've been switching between different tabs. So we are on our main slide deck. Here, when we are talking about cyberbullying, we are talking about anybody sending emails, internet usage through mobile phones. You get emails, you get instant messages, you get chat rooms, I already mentioned, and different social networks like the X, Twitter, Facebook. We all talk about it, and that is where cyberbullying happens. So our GC exam may challenge you to address cyberbullying in your classroom. Google Forms is an excellent tool here to create anonymous surveys to assess the digital environment, and you can gather student feedback. You can also use slides here, Google Slides, to design lessons promoting empathy, to promote the respect online, how you should not retaliate and respond rudely. When is the time to address and inform an adult how to go about it? When is the time you should just move back, step back, log out, or not interact any further and pass unreasonable remarks? This is all we need to talk about. It comes from both the sides. Coming to digital literacy, this is about talking about evaluating online information critically. Here, digital footprint, like I said, it's the trail of data you create while using internet. It includes websites you visit, emails, information you send. 3 main rules of digital citizenship. We spoke about respect, wherein we respect everybody, including your own privacy. copyright and fair usage. That also comes into the digital citizenship. Moving on to protection, we need to protect others and protect ourselves from online threats, from keeping yourself online and safe. That is important part of protection, wherein you are not disclosing your personal information. And then if something happens, do report. Google tools have lot of options, wherein every tool has a report option. Any scenario for that matter you are stuck in, you have an error, you report. This is very simple example, but when it comes to informing the students, they are not aware. They do not sometimes understand the line of being respectful or being disrespectful. So we just need to talk about it to the students to make them familiar. Safety into the digital citizenship and the digital world. We must inform them the importance of using strong passwords. Nowadays, a lot of websites already prompt the password is weak, make it strong. They all talk about multi-factor authentication. We have mobile phones. You log into another device on your Gmail, it will ask you a prompt on your mobile phone. You can always get that activated for them as well. When they're under 13, of course, it's an adult supervision, but when they're all on their own, we can always tell them how to be safe and how to be aware. Then it says phishing scams. A lot of these emails are sent with links. The person sending is just sending a bulk email and waiting for someone to get into the trap. So we need to tell them how to stop and not click links from unknown senders. Then you've got the software security, the malware that can be installed. So you need to have those protections on your computer. And then they keep the softwares updated. Chrome every few days, sometimes very frequently, does ask us for updating or renewing or refreshing it. Do keep your students aware of that. However, they should, again, if they are small, be in sync with an adult and go along with the adult. Managing passwords is one of the key aspects. There are questions on this exam. Again, a very basic one. You all might think it's very easy. We can all do that. But with respect to the exam, it talks about managing password and what should be and what should not be. That could be one of the questions. There are options. The exam is totally multiple choice question. We're going to talk about the exam pattern. I forgot to inform you towards the end, the last session. So we're going to talk about that. But so one of the questions here could be, what are the important key pointers you would take care of while setting a password or recommendation to a student? So that's when you need to have multiple choice answers if there are more possibilities or if there's just one possibility. So recommended passwords should be 8-character long at least. It can be more, but not less. There should not be any known names of people you know of or people around you are aware of, any pet names, anybody you love, where people can guess. Any personal detail like date of birth, your date of marriage, or your child. Something which is not very, which is easily possible to guess, that shouldn't be there. The password should be alphanumeric, so it should have. When I did my training, we were told a very nice idea. You have a lot of websites you go to as educators, and you want to create your logins. An easy way to create it is keep a keyword. Take a symbol, a special symbol like a @ a hashtag or a $sign percentage, and then you add a number to it, which can be constant. So every time that password, for example, I'm going to education.com, I say education #24. That's my password. I go to another site wherein it's starfall.com. I have an ID that I need to create as password. I will say starfall #24. So it's that website. Again, that is not very easy to guess. I'm sure you will not guess into each other's IDs, but that's how it works. So that could be one suggestion here, that the passwords can be alphanumeric, and do not share it with anyone. Your friend, your sisters. When you're small, it is mandatory. I keep all my kids' passwords with me when it's a school login, and it's not shared with other students. But yes, at the same time, if they're adults, we tell them not to write it somewhere. So as adults, we are all aware of that. We need to inform them of all these. With this, we come to our end of first topic, which is much of theory. Henceforth, all the sessions will be more practical, the usage of tools. So let's look at quickly the checklist if we've covered all of this. So we looked at how to manage your digital footprints, where to add, what all to log in, and how to be safe when we are doing it. We have two possibilities of managing a digital footprint. Either we go incognito if you're using a lab computer, or you're using I don't think nowadays many people go to cyber cafes, but that again is a possibility where people are using a public computer or a friend's computer. You can either log out, or you can use incognito window. We are going to talk about when we do Google Chrome. We are going to talk about not logging in and using it as a guest. So that's when you can keep it safe, wherein it doesn't store your history. Then it says how to protect yourself with good, strong password. We looked at it. Using two-step verification. So always go to the settings and set it up as two-step verification. Either you get an alert on your mobile phone or another email that you get it connected to. Then you understand policy settings and the incognito mode. So I'm going to even show you one quick incognito mode right after. And then we are going to able to spot a scam wherein or a hoax online. So we do not want to click on unwanted or unknown links that come from unknown senders. Then we are talking about saving our property, respecting each other so properly, and we behave properly and respect each other's privacy. And then not using bad language, unacceptable language, and dealing with cyberbullying. Anytime there is a cyber attack on you, you think it's not okay, I cannot take it, you don't have to answer back. We need to explain to the children not to get into any argument state. So that's pretty much our first topic. Let's wake up. I know it was too much of theory, and time to have a quick race on our next quiz. I know as educators, we all love quizzes. We love to give quizzes. It's time of us to just quickly have a try on our quiz. Here we go. So here, the first question: how does technology help cater to individual students' needs? How do you think it's beneficial to individual when we have kids with slow learners, kids with more their paced learning? How does it help? So we've got option A, with access to technology impacts learning more than teaching. We've got resources that can be personalized for students. Does it provide teachers to write code that makes students behave better? Or is it students take ownership of their learning? Okay, we've got one. It's B, D. Okay, I've got A, B, D, D, B, A. Okay, we are pretty much there. A, B, D, okay. B, D, I'm still getting that, okay. A lot of a lot of educators are saying B, a lot of them are going on for D. Whenever you have a question, even in the exam, do look at the question completely, and after it says select all that apply. So there might be more than one answers. Have a look at the question carefully. There are also possibilities that they will give you select any two. So, you know, if you select only one, it won't let you move to the next question. So here it says, we've not given you the number, but we'll let you work on it. I have answers as B and D. I have answers as just BD. I have answer as A, B, C. Okay, let's move on. Let me give you. So I think we all have it. Access to technology that impacts learning more than teaching. Yes, we want to impact the students' learning than to focus on our teaching. Second, resources that can be personalized. If you think, I use Google Classroom, I've got varied levels of students. It is international school, and I've got a lot of kids with language difficulties, a lot of kids with different ability groups. So I use Google Classroom as my tool, wherein I can share individual resources with a group of students who is a little low ability and needs more help. So with videos, I've got students getting assignments wherein they have to write more. So that technology does help us. So I don't have a standard lesson or a standard assignment for the same set of students in the whole class. They are not the same. So why not use the technology to cater to these students? C, I saw some educators writing it as making students behave better. I wish we could give them computer, give them something which helps them behave better. So sorry, that's not the one. And students can take ownership of their learning. Certainly, they can. Second question, which of the following describes a digital classroom? I spoke just about it. So I'll give you 2 minutes to have a look at it. Is it a place where teachers are facilitators of learning? A place where students use technology to collaborate and communicate in authentic ways? Is it a place where students have access to online resources they can use to solve their problems? Or is it a place where every student is working alone on a device, a laptop, a tablet for the whole day? Select all that apply. So I already have answers. A, B, B, D. Okay. Facilitators. I have A, B, and D. So I'll give it to that. A, B, and D is the right answer. So a lot of educators have marked it as place where teachers are facilitators, a place where students use technology to collaborate, and a place where online resources are used. It's not D. A place where student can work alone on a device is never. If you do that, you will next day itself have parents lined up outside the school. My child is given 8 hours or 6 hours of computer and the screen, which we are trying to avoid at home, and the school is giving that. No, we have lot of parents, even for an hour that you give it, do come up and say. So we have to regulate when is the moment to give them the device. So it cannot be D for sure. When selecting a digital tool, it's very happy and encouraging to see people participate. Thank you so much for that. When selecting a digital tool to integrate into your class, where should you start? What's the first thing you should look at? Now here, there's nothing given in the bracket, select as many. So it is by default a clue saying that's only one correct answer. So when you select a digital tool, be it classroom, be it doc, what do you think you should start with? What's the first thing you look at why you want to use this tool? Is it with the features of the app? Is it with your learning objectives? Does it meet that? Is it with your technology, whether it's acceptable using the policies of your school? Or is it with a project in mind? What do you think is more important? There's only one correct answer in this, because there is no option that says select all that apply. I repeat. So I am still waiting. I can see, I think it's coming from the previous ones, A, B, and C. Let's see, I'm still waiting. Okay, we've got A, B, C. I get a lot of ABCs. So here it says, where should you start? So that means there's only one thing you think of, the first thing, which is your learning objective. What do you want to achieve at the end of it? So the project comes later on. It's the whole process that will take you to the objective through that project. But what's that first thing that comes to your mind? Because I like Google Docs. It's got a lot of features, voice typing, and it's got nice fonts. I can insert images. Doesn't let me use that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to look at the policy also of the technology, whether it's acceptable. No. First, foremost is my learning objective. What do I want to achieve? And then I see, with this, how can I do it? Can I give them a project or not? So it was B. Moving on, one benefit of augmenting a course textbook with digital resources. You want to increment your course textbook that you're using, enhance it with a digital resource, be it a video that you share on Google Classroom or a Google slide that you share like a presentation. How do you think that will benefit? It's only one correct answer. Does it cost less, the digital resource? Does it solve discipline issues in class? Does it increase student engagement, or it reduces paper use? Okay. I see it as a lot of C's coming there. A, C, C. Okay, I'll give it to people who said, see, it increases student engagement. As an educator, I really don't care if the school, if I don't have to buy anything, I don't care if that resource online, even with the free fundamental version of Google, you can use Google Classroom, you can use slides, you can use docs. So if I'm using any of that, or if I'm sharing a YouTube link or any other link with my students, it doesn't cost me anything. They can use it in school if I have the devices in school, or they can check it at home, depending on how your student profile is. Then it doesn't solve my discipline issues using that, because they can't be more disciplined if they have digital books instead of, or material instead of a textbook now. Student engagement, yes. For children who are more visual, who are auditory, it certainly helps them. Some of the text sometimes is very complicated. Maybe a video from Byju's is more easy than what you explain or what students can, because you can't be present every time, and you can't, it's not feasible every time, like we did during the pandemic, wherein we created our own videos and shared it with students. That is not possible. So we use supplementary information to do that. It of course reduces paper, but or and foremost, it says one benefit, so it is increasing student engagement. Last one, what are the ways student can ensure that their information is not saved in their Chrome browser when they're done in the computer lab each day? So if anybody who was awake, I explained that towards the end of the digital citizenship session. Incognito, it says select all, that applies. So that gives you one more option. Do you shut down your computer and does that solve it?
DND.
Perfect. So it is incognito and clearing the browsing history. I will give that brownie points. I'll see who did it the first. Okay. So we now have finished our theoretical part of the whole exam. Now it's more of practical. So organizing Google Drive. Now, the time that we have, I will quickly take you through the slide in next 3 to 4 minutes, and then we get hands-on to it. So Google Drive here, it organizes and helps us create files in one place. We get access to them from anywhere, anytime. What is Google Drive? Basically, it's a web portal. It's on the cloud, and it stores files online. We can access them from any device, anywhere, and we can use online, offline versions. And when you come back to the net, or Wi-Fi, it quickly updates it wherever you are. So you've got all those possibilities. As far as I remember, for last few years, I haven't seen a lot of people, in fact, not even 1%, who are using pen drives anymore. I have a whole block of these hard drives. We used to buy external drives, and the pen drives that I have. And everything now goes on to our institutional drives, which are on Google. So that's again one important but a small topic in our exam setup. Key features of our Google Drive. So here, when we look at the key features, we have cloud storage. Most of the Gmail that we get, we have about 15 GB. That's free space, which is a lot. And if you need more, you can see you can buy that at an additional cost. However, if you're an institution, my institution gives me endless. As far as they don't stop me, I use n number of personal uploads, pictures, mobile clearances, and we've got a lot of heavy files we share with our students. All their projects from last so many years are up there on the drive. Then it helps us in file sharing and collaboration. It's come very handy and very easy. It is easy accessible on any device, be it a laptop, a mobile phone, a tablet, a desktop. It can be accessible anywhere, anytime. Backup and sync, again, is easy. Like I said, we don't use pen drive. You don't have to save anything. And as soon as you log into the internet or you're in the Wi-Fi zone, it syncs automatically. The search functionality helps you through your drive to look at it and find anything you want. And integration with other Google services and other tools is very handy. You can integrate from your drive. You can you can make a direct document, you can make a direct slide, you can go on to Google Drawing, and a lot of other features that are added every time. So we'll look at how we can access it through the Omnibox and through the Waffle. We will look at how to upload files to Google Drive, how you can make it editable and non-editable, where you just want to share it for someone to see. Then you've got all these kinds of files that can be created and shared. You have Google Docs, you've got spreadsheets, which was Excel before in Microsoft. In Google, it's the sheets. We've got presentations called slides, and you've got Google Forms anytime for surveys, collection of data, and for your quizzes. We used it vastly during the pandemic, and now we've got external third-party apps. But again, when it comes to security, privacy, free, it is Google Forms, which comes in very quick, handy, secure. Drawings for creating simple vector graphics, diagrams, and then you can always integrate into your main document, be it Google Sheets, be it Google Docs. This also works very well. We look at how to upload files and folders. Again, I repeat, here we are not just to teach you from scratch, because you all are highly using Google tools on daily basis. This is from the perspective of exam. There might be questions like just this. Look at this menu. There might be a question here. What all are the options, the ways you can upload files, or what are the tools that you upload files? Which all tools can you integrate into Drive? And there are options you have to select from Docs, from Sheets, from PowerPoint, or from Jamboard, which does not exist anymore. So anything of that sort, this is where it comes handy. I think I have a question. Somebody will take that up. Give me a moment and I'll get back to it. Creating a file, we look at how to create a file there. We look at how to look at different options within a folder, and there'll be our checklist. So I think our theory for Drive is over. I'm going to right away take you through the demo. So just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen right here. Yes, I think yes. Oh, perfect. Thank you. So here there are two ways to access Drive. First is your Omni box, or the Omni bar. We used to call it address bar. Google calls it Omni box. So here you type in drive.google.com right here. And we've got our Drive. This is our first page. That's the home page. This is the home page, which gives us all the documents that I have here. My Drive is my personalized Drive. So before we just had the page opening onto our home page, my Drive. Now it opens to the home page. Second way where you can access Drive is through these 9 dots on the top right. You see these 9 dots are called the waffle. I know we are hungry, but here it's just a 9-dotted waffle for Google, which has all my tools, like a quick shortcut anywhere you are, and you would see them across various tools. So these 9 dots have all these tools that you use frequently. You can always drag, move them according to your preference where you want them to be. So I like the Drive right there. Normally, as you use them, Google already places it. It's a smart tool always. So here, these are all of them that can be brought up above the line. Or if I'm not using shopping, I can always bring it down and reduce it. So that's our waffle. I can click on Drive right here. The only thing many people do tend to confuse themselves is when they are on multiple Gmails. I've got several Gmails. My school is on a Gmail platform. We've got my personal IDs, my GEG Ludhiana. And when I'm looking for it, I need to be very vigilant. Which Gmail's Drive am I referring to? Initially, when I started with it, it was a huge confusion. I would look in for one ID and then I realized, oh, it's in the GEG. So please be mindful of that. So here, when you open this, this is how the My Drive page looks like. So we're going to quickly go through the left side. Anything that you see as new, you click on it, you can create a new folder, a new file upload. You can directly upload a folder. Then it's Google Docs you can create. You click on the small arrow and you can create a doc right there directly from the Drive. We'll see how to organize also and open through an organized folder. Coming back to the new again, we've got Google Sheets, Slides, Forms. When you click on more, wherever in Google you see more, do not hesitate to click through. There are more options. Or if you see three dots like this standing snowman, we call it a snowman. You see these dots, you know that there is something more in it. So here my more says Google Drawings, Google My Maps, Sites, App Script, Nearpod, Zip Extractor, anything that you have, it's all in here. So that's your new. Coming to home, I told you it's the home page, My Drive, shared drive. If any drive that has been shared from for you, I was in the innovator community, and this was the email I used to take all my exams. Like I mentioned in the beginning, everything that comes to me is through this drive, and all the Google community has this email. So anything they want to add us into is through this. So this is an innovator academy lineup where it is a shared drive, where it has all the information, all the documents, folders within that drive. Then you've got computers. If you have a synced computer to you, you've got that information. Or if it's a laptop you're using on and you've set it up. In my school, my admin has set up my desktop with my Gmail. So whenever I save something or I download something, I can directly save it in my drive. So that's a setup that can be done. Anything that somebody sends you is coming under the category of shared with me. So anytime you know, okay, Miss Sunita, for example, shared a file with me, I'm looking for, I don't know, I can just see if it was shared with me, and I can look under this folder, and all these documents have been shared with me. I did not share it, they were shared with me from someone. You are working on something and you don't know the name. It's a recent file for last few days. It does mention today. I opened all of this last week. So I have this. So that comes in the recent folder. Earlier this month and then last month. That is how far Google can take you in your recent. And then even older files. So they are all here as your shared recent files. Then any file or folder you want to star it, like we star our emails, to keep it important and come back to it, we'll see how we can star them. Span, like you have in Gmail, you have a spam, you have bin. So spam and bin, anything that goes in gets removed permanently, automatically after 30 days. And then here it says the storage. So I have 100 GB on my personal data, additional 85 GB because of the data that I have, and it's at an additional cost. Normally Gmail gives you 15 GB of data. Coming to the right side top, you've got this little tick that says ready for offline. If you're thinking you're going somewhere and you want to use the dock or the drive things, all the items that are in the drive, you want to use them offline, you can always click on it and toggle the button, and it gives you an option to online offline preview. And now I am offline preview is turned on. When I want to go back to online, I know I'm in the vicinity of my Wi-Fi, I will toggle it back, and now my toggle button is turned off. It is online. Question is the support. In all the Google tools across, you will find the support option, and it opens a page for you, and you can ask your questions and queries. And believe you me, Google is very quick and fast. They listen to us and they come back with our responses and give us various options. Setting, very important from the perspective of the exam. You click on the setting, it gives you the storage. It gives you whether you want your startup page as the home page or my drive. So right now you saw when I open my drive, I can change it, set it up as my home page, but I can always change it to my drive. The appearance can be light, dark, depending on how I want the density. I say open PDF. When I'm clicking on PDF, I don't want it to take my Google Drive same tab. I want it to open into a new tab, or I can preview it. So I can change it to a new tab. Here is a checkbox, which is not default a check. So please check if you want your uploads to convert into a doc file. If you're uploading a Microsoft Word document, and you want to automatically have it converted into Google Doc, because we've been teaching for years and we have a lot of documents we don't want to recreate. So you can just upload it and it automatically converts it with an editor format. So you have to manually check it for the first time. If you want your apps to work offline, you need to, again, not by default, but you have to manually check this box which says create, open, and edit your recent Google Docs when you are offline. And when it comes back to the Wi-Fi zone, it will automatically update. You don't have to do anything on it. You don't have to click on save, nothing. It will do its job. Preview cards show detail cards hovering over a file or icon. We need to, so like if I click on this and this is my hovering icon, it's not, but it'll show me a little card what it is about, or the name. If it's too long, it just gives me that card. Sounds allows sounds for the first letter navigation across, like loading, file not found, is the ting. It's that kind of sound, and you can always change your language settings. So that's all about the features. In the exam, normally you can always refer to these tools. It's not called cheating, it's just referring to these tools. So you can, if you have a doubt in the exam, during the exam time, you can always open your Google Drive and look through it, but keep track of the time. So that is what Google wants to look at, the usage, how comfortable you are in using. Now we've got also here our waffle, and from here I can go to any other app. So here, like I said, waffle is available across the Google tools. So here, coming back to new, I will quickly show you. It asks you to create a folder. So yes, I can create a folder here by clicking on create new folder. I say GCEL1 demo. So I can just click on create, and it allows me to create. It didn't. GCEL1 demo January. Okay, create. So here, if you see, I will look for it. It's normally created it GCE here. So this is my new folder. Now I click on it. I want to organize. Again, another important aspect is to know how to organize our files. I want to put everything in this folder. So I will go to new. I have a file that is on my desktop. I will click on it. It's an image. It's from my desktop. I open it, and it starts uploading on the bottom right, if you see. Once it's uploaded, it gives me a green tick, and it's right up here. Similarly, I can upload the entire folder also. So let's see if I have a folder here. I have a new folder right here. I upload. It says there are no files, but it's just a folder. So I upload the folder.
So the feature that Harpreet was trying to show you or demonstrate was how to upload folders. So from new, if you try to upload a folder, you can either upload a file or a folder. There are two options. So I'm going to click on folder upload. And when you try it for the first time, make sure that the folder isn't really heavy, because it takes time. The more the files in the folder, more time it will take. So if you're practicing, just make a makeshift folder with 1 or 2 files in them, so that you practice and you do not have to wait a lot of time to do that. So I'm just going to upload a folder here, and if you can see, it will show you a small indication or a notification on the bottom right side of the screen, wherein you can upload your folders. This is the problem with uploading folders, because if you haven't prepared your folders appropriately, wherein you can only, go and share a folder which has 1 or 2 files, it takes time in getting uploaded. But anyway, when your folders have got uploaded, you can always, if you are not able to see the notification, you can go and do this advanced search of how you can locate the uploaded folders. Many a times we see educators complaining that the files are lost in the drive. The files are never lost. You just have to be able to give in the right kind of keywords or the search words, or do a search for the file that you want to look for. So for example, the drive, consider it like a big cupboard. In the cupboard, there are always shelves, then there are lockers, which you put under lock and key. Then there are shelves arranged for different things. There are shirts on one, your trousers on another, so on and so forth. So there are so many, specifications and compartmentalization of the source resources and the things that you want to arrange. Our drive is also like that cupboard. We have different shelves for different things. We have my drive for your personal, if you want to upload something that you do not want to share with the rest of the people and it is only your personal things, you can do it in my drive. Shared drives is the word where the whole institution works together. So this is going to be shared. And if you want to really search for, maybe my friend had shared a file with me maybe a couple of days back to check, but I haven't been able to I haven't been able to locate it. You can instantly go to share it with me and look, like Harpreet just demonstrated. Was it today? Was it yesterday? A week before? Or so on. In the recent also, all the recent items that we just opened are going to open up on your screen. This is what my institution has been doing for the last, today itself. So, and the start file. So we will always recommend that the files that are really important, one, or the files that you access on occasional or on daily basis maybe, and the files that you access a lot of times constantly that you need to refer to. Like I am doing appraisals a lot of appraisals for the teachers in my institution, for a lot of staff. So I have just start this appraisal template so that when I have to look into the documents which are pertaining to appraisals, I just do not have to dive in every time to locate and then to move into the folders and then the subfolders and the subfolders and then go into the drive or the file to locate. I star it always so that it is easy for me to access, right? This is how the drives work and this is how the things work. So coming back to the point wherein we were going to upload a folder and see where my folder is, you can go and search. See, this is not from the exam point of view, just telling you if you ever, because like I said, people do say that मुझे file नहीं मिल रही थी. I was not able to locate it. Files don't go anywhere. You are not able to locate it. Maybe you will be able to do it if you have the type, you have the owner, have the words. So here we are. We can look for folders. We just uploaded a folder. If we click on folders in the search, you will be able to have who is the owner. Am I the owner, or was the folder shared with me by somebody else, or is there a specific person? So with specific person, you can always enter the name or the email address. If you remember the kind of particular words that are there in the folder, you can do it. If all these search, I'm not going to go into the details of all these search because that is not going to be covered in exam 1. But if you are going to find the folders, just click on the type of file that you want to locate, folders here, and click on search. So all the folders that you have created or somebody has shared with you are going to turn up on your screen.
So coming back to the drive, if you see the folder on the top bottom right, it says the new folder has been uploaded and it's right here. So I can anytime, once I have the folder, I can anytime upload anything directly now. So I want to add a new document. This is for the organization. I click on the doc, I create it, and it creates under this folder, and I name it. Very important to name your document. So I name it demo. I name it demo, and it should be there in my drive. And then I can close it. So it will appear in my drive. You see the document demo appears in my drive directly. So that's how you organize it. Now coming back to sharing your 3 dots, the snowman we were talking about. Now I want to work as collaborative with my team at school. I right click on it. It gives me, I want to open it like a preview or open it in the new tab. Then I want to open as a Google Doc, or I want to extract the file. I can download this document. I can rename it from here. I can make a copy. When I have to share it, I can share it with someone as collaboration. So here it will pop up a window for my share, and I can probably share it with another friend called Harpreet, and I can give her editor rights. I can give her just viewing rights as a viewer, so she cannot edit it. And I can give her a commenter right where she can comment. So here, these are the possibilities of sharing it. Now here on the top right of this pop-up window, there are settings. We can choose them. They're by default. The editor, whoever you give them the right, can change permissions and share them further. If you uncheck them, they will not be able to do that. Same for viewers and commenters can see the option to download print. Sometimes you share a file and you don't want people to copy it. That's where, and you're not able to see, it's grayed out, the option to download or make a copy. This is where the user, the creator or the owner of the file has unchecked the setting. And then you can leave a message. Otherwise, if you just send it, the viewer or the receiver will have a notification directly that this file has been shared with you. Similarly, if I go back to the folder, I can do similar things with my folder. I can share it. I can download the folder. I can rename the folder. Here, I need to rename it as Demo Chan. I renamed it. That's it. And coming back to my snowman again, I click on the snowman. Oh, sorry, I double clicked it. So I click on my snowman and I have right click on it. I have the sharing possibility. I can copy the link and share it with someone. I can organize it. Now, this is important from the perspective of folder colors. You should know if you want to move this to another folder or another place in the drive. You can add a shortcut here. You can star your folder here, right here, and it says your folder is starred. I can also, in organization, color my folders. For example, I'm teaching many grades and all my grade 7s will be red. So you see my folder has turned red. Another folder that I create, I can just click on new or right click on a blank space and I can create another folder. I can do demo 2. And this time I can label this as a green folder. So all of this are possible with my organization from the exam perspective. So I think we are pretty much done with our drive. We don't need anything other than this. Normal sharing, forward moving is all up here once you select the folder. So we come back really quick to our checklist. So we have, if you see, we have learned how to create a folder. We have learned how to create, assess, and organize our files, working with Office and non-Google files. When you upload them, you can convert them by selecting that checkbox in the setting. And when it uploads as Microsoft to Doc, it automatically converts. Online access or offline access to drive files. When you're not, you have to, again, go to the settings and check that box to access it whenever you're offline. And when you come into Wi-Fi zone, it will automatically update. File sharing and access rights as viewer, as commenter, or as editor, you can give that. And creating and managing folders with the drive. And Dr. Narjeet showed you how to search for it. So I think we are pretty much done. One quick last 2 minutes of a checklist. Sharing a file within a folder allows users to see all the content in the folder in which it is stored. True or false? A or B? Sonia ma'am, can you just check if they've
False.
got the answer? It's false. Okay. So I'll take that. Where are the documents that you place on Google Drive stored? Is it on your school network, on flash drive, somewhere in California, Google Office, or in the cloud? That is an easy one.
Or Malawi, where I am.
Absolutely. It's in the cloud. Which of the following file types can be uploaded to the drive? Is it just the Word, just photos, just videos, or all? Perfect.
All of the above.
All of these.
Oh, we are all champions here already. Once you create a file, you must share it, hide it, save it,
Save
or
it. Name it.
name it. There is no possibility of saving. So that's the beauty of Google. Files that others give us access to view or edit are found in
Shared with me.
Shared with me.
Shared with me.
Perfect. And if we can't find a file, but we know we opened it yesterday, that was easy.
Recently.
Super. What are the options we can see while sharing a file or folder?
All of these.
All of these.
All of these.
We've got
All
all
of these.
things. Last one. Moving files to trash will permanently delete them.
False.
False.
Thank you so much for us now. Thank you so much for your time. Sorry for the technical glitch. And I think we are good to go. Have a lovely evening.